Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to a day in my life. It's been a really long time since I've made one of these videos. I honestly think the last one was from before Chatty was born, like the last official day in my life video. I used to do these all the time. If you don't know, I have a 13-and-a-half-month-old and these have become near impossible to make, but today I was feeling kind of brave. A couple reasons that I don't make these anymore. One, they are a lot of work to edit, to film all day, and doing that with a toddler is obviously a difficult task. And two, every single one of my days looks super different, and some days we have really great on schedule days and some days we don't. And so I've always been kind of nervous to get started, you know, filming and film like half the day and then have the day kind of fall apart, because sometimes that happens. But then I realized that there's so much highly polished mom content on the internet that makes people's days in the life look so perfect, so put together, and I realized that that's not reality, obviously, and I'd much prefer to put something out to you guys that's realistic and not polished than try to wait around for the perfect day. So today is February 6th. It's 7:30 in the morning. We are about to have some breakfast, and I'm just gonna take you guys through my day as best I can. You can probably hear my son in the background. He's very anxiously awaiting his breakfast, so I'm gonna get going on this. And I'm just gonna kind of show you what a typical day might look like in this house. And please know that no day looks identical. Please know that nothing ever really goes to plan here. I just figure I want to try to get back in the swing of things with these and see how it goes. So I hope you guys enjoy. I hope this is something that interests you. Stick around if you are interested in seeing a day in my life. Yeah. So this is a pretty typical breakfast for him. So we've got some ripped up little mini blueberry pancakes that I made him yesterday with just banana, flour, egg, cinnamon, and then I did some blueberries in there. It's a super like easy batter and he really likes them. And then I made just like 4, and so we saved 2 for today. And then this is a half a banana. And if you're thinking this looks like a lot of food, you just wait, because he will eat all of this. He is a breakfast fan. This is probably his best meal of the day. He almost always finishes his breakfast. And bananas are a huge fan favorite, right, buddy? I'm going to let him eat this, and I am going to clean up the kitchen a little bit. I'm just putting away some dishes. This isn't every day. Sometimes these don't get put away until much later, but because he is becoming such an independent eater now, I can kind of set that plate down and then just stay close and keep an eye on him. I can get stuff like this done instead of during his nap. These are all just dishes from last night, which at the end of this video, you'll see me do dishes in the evening. I'll show you when I do them. I've really gotten my schedule kind of down to a science as far as like the most efficient way to do things for me, to get like a lot of things done. I let them air dry on the counter, and sometimes there's still water, so I have to make sure it's all off before putting them away. Got all of his plates. I'll show you guys these. These are his plates that we use. They're from Tiny Twinkle, and not sponsored or anything, but man, do I love them. So we ordered, I think they came in packs of 2, and he obviously has one over there, but they are so sturdy, and they're like the silicone kind, and then the bottom is one big suction cup, and they are super good. I really like them. You can put them in the microwave. If I had a dishwasher, I could wash them in the dishwasher. So highly recommend them. Tiny Twinkle is the brand. They're on Amazon, and they also have like bibs with sleeves, and we have those, and we really like those too. So a really good brand overall. I'm pretty impressed. I'm just now noticing that the bottles need to be washed, which is usually something Brandon would do at night after I do dishes. We just like split the duties. I do dishes, he does bottles. But last night he was out in our garage getting it cleaned up because we have a wood stove delivery coming today. A wood stove delivery coming today to get us through the last bit of winter here. So he needed to clear a bunch of space and get it all cleaned up. So he did not get to the bottles. So I am going to... My child just threw his plate on the floor. What are you doing? Are you all done? I think he's just trying to get my attention. I'm gonna get these bottles cleaned up. Now I don't know if I'm gonna be able to because he's done eating, so. No, he's not. He's eating off the tray. So I'm gonna get these done real quick. Okay, pause. He's saying he's all done, so I'm going to go get him out of his high chair and get him in for his playpen time, which is kind of my like 20-ish minutes in the morning where I get dressed and like feed the animals, and I do on occasion do stuff like wash bottles. So I'm just gonna come back and do this in a second. Let me show you what he ate. Well, there's the very empty plate on the floor, and we've got an empty tray. Was it good? Are you all done?
All done.
All done, okay. Okay, so Teddy's in his playpen. I just cleaned up the kitchen just a smidge. I'm gonna go back and do bottles after I get dressed. He's having his playpen independent playtime. This is my like 20-ish minutes where he gets independent play and mommy gets to put him in a safe space to play so I can get dressed and yeah, not stop him from getting into things every 5 seconds. The playpen has been just amazing in regards to that because he is so busy. He's into everything all the time, and so having a place to put him that I know he's safe in there and he's not getting into stuff is so great. I don't ever want to let the playpen go. I know one day we're gonna come in and he's gonna climb out of it, but for right now he's not doing that. So okay, so we're gonna get dressed. I'm not gonna throw on anything crazy. I don't usually dress up during the week, although the next 3 days I actually have to get dressed. Tomorrow I have a doctor's appointment in the middle of the day, and then the following 2 days I have jury duty. Oh yeah. I might get dismissed, I may not get picked, but I have to be there on Thursday morning and I have to wear like semi-nice clothes. So I'm probably gonna just be comfy today. You know, I'm gonna milk that for all it's worth. All right, this is what we ended up with. So I'm wearing a lounge set. This is the same one that I got for postpartum that I've talked about on this channel before. I have it in green from then, and then I got this gray one for Christmas from my mother-in-law. Shout out to you, Tammy. Thank you so much. I absolutely love these. And it was on top of a laundry pile this morning. So naturally, I just grabbed it. You know, it's on a rotation. Can you hear Evie? She's meowing. You want to know why? Because usually right now I'm feeding her instead of talking to you. So I'm going to go feed her before she like leaves home. She's very demanding. So let's do that. Yes. Yes, my starving one. Oh boy, look at this. This is a mess. And you need dry food. Okay. If you're wondering why I'm only talking about feeding Evie in that last clip, it was because she gets special wet food with Miralax in it because she has chronic constipation. So I have to give that to her every morning or she gets constipated and we have to go to the vet and it's terrible. So if you're wondering about Allie, because obviously we do have 2 cats. I gotta talk fast because he wants out of the playpen. Allie. Hi. Hi. Come on out. Okay, so back to what I was saying. Yes, we have 2 cats. So Allie is our other cat, and you might be wondering, like, what about her? What does she eat? Well, she just eats dry food, and she refuses to touch wet food. So it works out really perfectly because Evie can have her wet food with her special Miralax powder in it, and Allie is not going to touch it. So I don't have to worry about that. Chitty, what you got on your nose? I think he has blueberry on his nose. And yes, the Miralax was prescribed by our vet, which I honestly thought he was kidding at first when he said that, but you just put a little bit in their wet food every day and it really prevents the chronic constipation. And it really does work because last year for like 2 days, we ran out of her wet food. I was waiting for it to come in the mail and I thought, oh, she'll be fine. And she was not fine. We were at the vet like a couple days later when she got constipated. So it's an ongoing issue, but the Miralax does help. Anyway, that's what I gotta do every morning. I will feed the dog as well. I usually feed her once he's down for his nap a little bit later. It's weird how I have that routine. Like, I don't just feed them all at once. I feed them in sections, apparently. Oh, there's Evie. Here she comes. So he's having his bottle over here, and I'm just picking up a little bit, and then I do kind of like a big pickup while he's napping, which I'll show you guys in a little bit. But he likes to throw his clothes everywhere. If you guys have watched previous videos, I think I've talked about this, that we keep his clothes in bins in here, which honestly, they're starting to get really worn out, and I need to get new bins. But for right now, yeah, we have like shirts in one, pants in another, one pieces in another, jammies. He likes to pull them out, and he likes to just make a clothing explosion all over the living room. So several times a day, I pick up the clothes. But you know what? It keeps him occupied, and he loves it. And he likes to like take stuff out and put it back in the bins. So, you know, I let him, because what is this hurting? It's not hurting anything. But I am picking it up right now just to kind of get ahead of it. And before anyone says anything, of course, as he gets older, he's going to learn how to do this himself. But he's 13 months old, so I do it right now. And I have no issue with that.
All done.
All done? Okay, he's all done. And the oil is here. So, you know, we're just getting all of the heat deliveries today. It actually wasn't supposed to come till tomorrow, so that's good. Now the dog's gonna freak out.
Daddy, daddy, daddy.
Yeah, the doggy. You still have blueberry on your nose. We should get that off. Okay, so we are headed up to have a nap. We just had our teeth brushed, which I didn't film because it's already chaotic enough without trying to film it. And had a diaper change, and we're all changed into a nice little fleece sleeper because the house is kind of cold. We're not running the wood stove today, so we just have the oil heat running, and it's a little drafty. So we're snuggly. You see you in there? Oh my god, you still have blueberry on your nose. I've literally tried to wipe it off like 4 times. Okay. It is 8:54. So before 9, which is actually a little early for him to nap, but he was up super early this morning. He's been an early riser lately, and this morning he was up at 5. So technically he should have gone down for a nap at like 8, but I actually pushed him to almost a 4-hour window because we're kind of experimenting on what is going to be the best to get him to start sleeping in the mornings again. So far nothing has worked, but that's okay. We have a few more things that we're going to be trying, and we're hoping that with age he just kind of comes out of this like 5 a.m. wake up. But anyway, I'm going to do the living room reset that I do every single morning. And then if you guys did not notice earlier, I never got back to doing the bottles, so I need to go wash those, and then hopefully I have some time to get some work in. The morning nap is usually the longer of the two for the day, but sometimes he throws me a curveball and only sleeps for like 30 to 45 minutes. So we will see, and hopefully it's a fairly long one today. The green one. I don't know where it is. I'll probably find it as I'm cleaning the rest of this area. This is one of his favorite toys right now. So if you press down on the button in the seat, it plays Old MacDonald. And if you press this one, it actually makes like a motor sound and it drives. So if it's on a hard surface, it literally like goes. And then in the back we've got all the animals, and they all have little like pressure sensor spots, and if you press down they all make different noises, and it's a different shape for each of their feet, so they can only go in one spot, so it's kind of like a little mini puzzle, and he loves this. It's like his favorite thing, and he loves to dance to it. He got it for his birthday from my aunt actually in Vermont, so he really enjoys it. While we're over here, I might as well show you guys that we have railings now. If you've been watching me for a long time, you know that this staircase started out as a carpeted staircase with no railings, or like one singular railing that had no like balusters or anything. This is obviously unfinished. It's very much in the process, but we do have railings now, and we have them upstairs. Ta-da! Kind of became a priority project once Teddy started to be mobile, because obviously it was very dangerous before, but in the process, looking great. Okay. There's like a trail of laundry like over there, so I gotta go get that. Hang on. Okay. That was a lot. That was a lot of laundry. I'm just gonna fold this and fold as much as I can before my child wakes up, which could be at any point at this point. There are sirens. Well, he's probably gonna be awake now. I thought while I folded, I would talk a little bit about another reason that I don't really put out as much like home life, everyday content anymore. You know, I mentioned earlier there's a lot of kind of days in the life of moms on the internet, and I've noticed that they're very polished videos. But if they're not polished and a mom shows like reality, you know, that her kids don't eat organic every day, her house is not pin straight, like clean, sparkling, that she's not like down on the floor playing with her kids 24/7 the whole day and actually like doing things instead. There is literally so much hate on these videos, and a lot of people like just judging so hard on how moms do things. And so I've been reluctant to like show our day-to-day, because it's like what we're doing works really well for us. It's not going to work for everybody. You know, how I do things is not how everybody's going to do things, and people literally can't help themselves. You know, I'm not a stranger to having hate comments. I've gotten hate comments on videos for years and years and years. I've had this channel since 2013, and I've been putting out content on it and putting out my life in front of everybody, and so of course there's going to be people that disagree with me and don't like me. But I think it hits a little harder when it's judgment on parenting, because I was a first-time mom. Like nobody trained me how to do any of this. I've just been kind of winging it, trying different things, seeing what works for us. And I try really hard not to judge other moms on how they do things, because it's literally just making it work with what you have. And, you know, our family, we're not like, I would say we're like middle class. We don't have like a bunch of fancy things that people have on the internet. I don't have a bunch of fancy baby gadgets or anything like that. I just kind of like make it work. I said I was going to fold clothes while I was talking to you, and I'm not even folding clothes. I'm just like having a nice heart-to-heart, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like the judgment of the parenting side of things just like sticks with me a little bit harder, because there's already mom guilt. There's already guilt, like if I can't be playing with Teddy because I'm in the middle of doing something else, like I already feel super guilty for doing that. And then to have a stranger come along and like shame you for that, it just does not help. People watching don't know your situation at home. They don't know like why you have to do things a certain way or whatever, and it's just so easy to be so judgy. So that's why I don't put out a lot of parenting like mommy and me videos. I also don't love putting Teddy, you know, as the center focus of any video. I said I would never do that, and I still won't do that. I don't have an issue showing him on occasion in a video because he's here, he's part of our lives, but I'm never going to use him as like bait to get people to watch a video. He's never going to be the center focus of a video. And so that type of content, it becomes kind of hard to make if you're not going to show your kid a lot. But with this being a day in my life, you know, it's more from my perspective and stuff. So far this hasn't been too difficult, so maybe I will make more of these, especially as like the seasons change and stuff, like stuff that we do day to day will change. Hopefully you guys like this. I don't know, do you guys even like these videos? These used to be my favorite things to make, and I've really missed doing it. So, but anyway, I guess bottom line here is like, if you're watching this and you're like, wow, she's a terrible mom, I'm sorry, that's your opinion, but I'm just doing my best. I'm also like super happy with my son's development and how things are going with him, and so is his pediatrician. And so I guess bottom line is like, the way that we do things, it works, and he's thriving, and so that's how it's gonna be. We have awoken. You good? So he had a applesauce pouch, and probably we'll just have that as a snack for now, because we are gonna have lunch in about half an hour or so. And I don't like to give him a huge snack before lunch. Anyway, this is the living room right now. I started to fold the laundry, and now I'm not even sure if any of this is laundry or if he's ripping it out of the bins from under there. Oh goodness, this is why I can't do things while he's up from his nap, because it just looks like this. Go get your vacuum. Good job. All right, we've got the cheese ravioli, we've got the sweet potato tot things, and then we've got yogurt. We're wearing our orange bib for our red sauce, and we are working on utensils lately. Do you want to try this? Look. Good job. He kind of uses them. He uses his spoon really good with the yogurt. Oh, except you're not gonna right now, are you? So I'm just gonna let him enjoy his lunch, and I'll show you what he ate afterward. So this is what he ate. He ate almost all of his ravioli. Loves pasta. And then he's now eating his sweet potato tots, which he is saying are chicken, and we are going along with it. And then he's got some yogurt. Oh, no, keep your plate. Good job. So Brandon is home for the day, as you just saw, and that is not super typical for him to be home this early in the afternoon. So it's only just past 12 right now. Typically at this point in the day, I would be just playing with him, but because now we're both home, that might allow me to get some other stuff done too. So I'm just gonna keep you guys updated. Good job. So Teddy is having his 5 ounces of afternoon milk and is about to go down for a nap. He should be going down right around 1:30, which is in maybe 10 minutes or so. But I did also want to mention that he also gets water throughout the day, which I don't think I've shown yet. But he's got this, there we go, Doc Brown's sippy straw bottle, and we love these. He took right to it right away, and eventually we will be doing milk in these as well. He still does use a bottle. His pediatrician told us that we can kind of wean him off those at our own pace, and he's still pretty young, so she's totally fine with him still having bottles. So we do that, and then he has these. So eventually these will be milk as well in any liquid he's having. We actually just bought a second one so we can start that transition. The only thing with this water is that his new thing is he likes to spit it all over himself and just drench his shirts. So I've been having to watch him really closely with this, or else he gets soaked and I have to change his clothes because it's, again, not super warm in the house and I don't need him running around in wet clothes. I'm going to check in once he is down for that second nap, and fingers crossed he goes down okay. This is the nap that is always a toss-up, whether it's going to be a long one or non-existent or just like insanely short. He is still on a 2-nap schedule, and his doctor did recommend we do that till he's about 15 to 18 months. She said there's no real need to take away that second nap at the moment, and she feels he really should have the 2. So we are keeping it for now. It's fine with me. It gives me a second little break in the afternoon. And once the weather warms up, this time right now that we're in will probably be outdoor time. I just cannot wait for the spring so that we can kind of expand what we're doing and go out, maybe go to the park, like just have a little bit more fulfilling of days. I just feel like we're so stir crazy, but he's having a good time with his toys either way, so he doesn't really know the difference right now. Once he's down, I will come back on and let you know how it went, and if he's napping or if he's not napping. Brennan's gonna come in and get the stove going, and then I'm gonna start dinner in a little while as well, so I'll bring you guys along for that.
Done.
All done. Good job. Sweetheart.
Hi.
All
Done.
done.
What are you doing?
Tick.
Yeah.
Tick. Tick.
Button.
Tick.
Button. Is there a button there? Yeah.
I just broke out some crackers for him, so this is his little snack. Sometimes I do hummus on these, but it's a little messy to do that, so he's just getting some plain multigrain crackers for his snack. So I'm sitting here feeding this little vulture his crackers. He's very demanding, but if I give him the entire bowl to himself, he will eat. He will grab them all in his hands, and he will just dump them on the floor, and then he will organize them by putting them back on the coffee table and eating them like that, which I find to be a hot mess. So we try to avoid that. So I'm just handing him crackers. Cracker? And while I'm doing that, he's watching Mickey Mouse, and I am crocheting a washcloth. So I've already made 3 of these in the course of only like 4 days. I'm kind of addicted to making them, but basically I needed some washcloths to use to wipe him up after his meals because we were using wipes before, and blowing through wipes, and also they were like, you know, irritating his skin on his face. Like, I don't know, it was just making his cheeks really dry. So I decided to make some washcloths. I really like to crochet, so I looked up a tutorial on YouTube, and I'll link it below if you guys are interested in making some too. It's fairly easy to follow if you have some basic crocheting knowledge, but it's like, even if you don't, like, it's super easy. Okay, yes, 1 second. Here you are, my vulture. So yeah, I'm just having some relaxing crochet time, and Brandon is loading the stove, getting that ready to go, and then once that's done, we're gonna switch off, and he'll come back in, and I'll go out there to get dinner started. So I'm gonna check back in when I am about to do that. Okay, so I don't know if I mentioned this before, but for dinner tonight, we're doing kind of like a summery vibe. So we're doing hot dogs, probably in the air fryer, and then pasta salad, and then I bought some watermelon, and we also have strawberries if anybody wants those. But I basically like wanted to do something that we would eat in the summer, in the dead of winter, just because I feel like in the winter, it's just heavy meals like all the time, which is fine. Like, that's just how we tend to eat here, like shepherd's pie and crock pot meals and stuff like that. But changing it up tonight. So I just cut up a bunch of stuff for the pasta salad, so I'll show you that. So we've got honey ham, that's just like deli meat that I cut up, and then we also have some cheese. This is Colby and Monterey Jack, cucumber, grape tomato, and then some bell pepper, and then I'm going to also put in these mini pepperonis, and I got zesty Italian dressing, which is the best with this. And this is how my mother-in-law makes it, although I don't think she does bell pepper, if I remember right. But it's super good. And then I have the pasta over here. This was just like an 8 ounce of the colored rotini. I have to say though, it does feel weird making a pasta salad in February, because this is something that I would probably make for like Memorial Day or something. I actually think I made one in my Memorial Day video. I don't think this is big enough. Let's see. Probably do the big bowl. That's better. And I'm also making this a little bit early. Like, it is only 4:30 right now. Ooh. I want it to kind of marinate in the Italian dressing, and also I want it to be nice and chilled. Obviously, the noodles just came off the stove, so those are not what you would call chilled. Okay, so next things are in the bottom, and maybe I could have used the other bowl. If you can hear my child in the background, he's wreaking havoc. I just realized I didn't put my pepperonis in, so we're gonna do that. That's probably good. Mix this up first. Really get it on the bottom here. If I was making this for like tomorrow or something, I definitely would not put, oh my gosh, it's overflowing. I wouldn't put my dressing in yet because that would make it really soggy. But because we were eating it tonight, I am gonna put it in now so that it'll sit long enough to really like drench it, you know. I just got the Great Value kind of the Zesty Italian. Oh, it's light Zesty Italian. Whoops, did not mean to do that. This is the one my mother-in-law uses, is the Zesty. It has to be the Zesty. Don't ask me why. But I remember asking her once, and she specified Zesty Italian, so that's what we got. So I'm gonna dump this in. I'm gonna do like half a bottle, because this is not, I mean, it's a big salad, but it's not like super huge. Maybe a little more. Okay, so I'm gonna cover this and get it in the fridge. All right, dinner's done. Brandon and Teddy are playing in the living room, and I am going to take my shower. So the way this usually works is we kind of switch off at night. So I take my shower right now, like right after dinner. And then if it's a bath night, we will do a bath with Teddy right after. Tonight is not a bath night, so we won't be doing one. We'll just be kind of stalling and playing until bedtime. And then afterward, I bring Teddy upstairs to put him down for bed, and he has his final milk for the night, bottle of milk. And so then he goes to sleep. And then usually while I'm doing that, Brandon is working on the stove. He takes the dog outside, and then he'll like shower as well. So we kind of switch off a little bit. So I'm gonna do that, and I will see y'all after, because you don't get to come for this part. Sorry, this is me time.
Okay, he's leading the right for it. Jammies. Mm-hmm.
Just want to show the little Nemo print on here. So his Nemo sleep sack from Halo, and he used to have the sleep sack swaddle in this exact print, and we love it. And he also has a Winnie the Pooh one. I love this print. It's so cute. Okay, sleep sack time. Whoop.
He's so ready for it too.
I know.
He's like, I'm tired.
You're so sleepy.
I'm Miss Pony right now. We're gonna go upstairs. And then it's bedtime time.
Alright guys, it is 7:42. Teddy's in bed, and I am getting started on my dishes. So I mentioned this morning that I do the dishes at night now instead of doing them in the morning, and I usually will listen to something on YouTube like Judge Judy or something like that, and then after that I usually settle in on the couch with Brandon. We either watch a movie or we watch Law & Order SVU, or on the weekends we tend to play Mario Kart. It's kind of like relaxation time, but then during the week I also work at the same time as us watching stuff on TV, so it's kind of both. I'm gonna get these dishes all done and then head in there. He's outside with the dog. He's gonna come in and shower, and then we'll meet up and hang out for the rest of the night. And we usually go to bed about 10, and then we wake up and do it all again tomorrow. Today was kind of like a little abnormal because he was home so early, so I didn't have as much on me with Teddy as I usually would, so he was able to watch him and help me out a lot more than a usual day. So I feel like so much of the day didn't even like get captured because it was just a little bit off from the norm. I think that it went okay with filming. I would say that it's way harder to film with a toddler than I actually anticipated. It was much harder than I thought it was going to be, but we made it through, and yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed. Thank you all again so much for being here. If you like homemaking content, day in the lives like this, if you like a smidge of parenting here and there, organization, hosting, that type of thing, this channel is for you, and make sure you subscribe to it for more. I cannot wait for spring, guys. I can't wait for spring and summer. Hopefully we'll have much more content this year than I did last year. Hopefully we have beautiful cooperative weather, but either way, we are making it through. It's February, and we're holding out for the nice weather. So thank you all again, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.